Hey, what's up guys? I just got back from PRGE in Portland. It is the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I got to buy a lot of cool stuff and see a lot of cool things and do cool stuff and things. Anyways, let's talk about it. So, first of all, I was on not one but two panels, which was exciting but also nerve-wracking because I've only been on a couple panels in the past, so it was a really interesting experience to have to do two in one weekend. The first one was with the Metal Jesus Rocks crew, of course, with Metal Jesus, with Kinsey, with Reggie, and with the immortal John Hancock. That one went really well. We got asked a lot of really great questions, and people came up to us afterwards to talk to us and ask us more questions and tell us that they enjoyed our content, and that felt really great. A couple of you even said I was funny, so thank you for that. You're wrong, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Anyways, the second panel I was on was with Douglas of Limited Run Games. We talked about physical media and digital media and why physical is way better and why we want to have things in our hands and hold them and that sort of stuff. So that one went not as well as I had hoped. I didn't feel as prepared for it, and that's partially because, you know, the two of us live on opposite coasts. He's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, and we didn't have a ton of time to prepare for it. But we still got a lot of really great questions, and I was glad that we did it. Lots of people talked to me afterwards, so that was really nice. And, of course, you probably know this, but I launched my YouTube channel this weekend. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. I guess just because I wanted to put all of the chaos on everything at once. But thank you so much for subscribing in the very beginning and being an early adopter to what I hope will eventually be a good channel. Let's talk about what I actually got in Portland, since that is probably why you're here. So, as you guys know, I like handheld stuff a lot, so I'm always looking for rare DS and PSP and Vita and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of that at these expos, or at least there wasn't this year, but I was still able to get some pretty cool ones out of the way, and at least one heavy hitter, which is this one, The Dark Spire on the DS. It comes with a soundtrack. I've heard really good things about this. It's an Atlas game. I'm really excited to get started and play this one. I also picked up Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on the DS. I keep thinking that I have all of the Final Fantasy DS games, but there's like 1,000 of them, so I'm glad I was able to pick this one up for like 10 bucks. And I am working on getting every rated M game on the DS because I think it's funny. So I got this probably horrible game, Crime Scene, on the DS. It was $5, but it is a rated M game, and that's something I'm going for some reason. I got a couple other little cheap ones that are pretty uncommon. Magical Star Sign. I actually have the cartridge of this one already, but I was happy to finally get the box for it. I don't like to consider them part of my collection until they look good on my shelf, right? And I got Devilish, which sort of looks like Pocky and Rocky. I don't know. I'd never really heard of it, but it was also $5, so I'm excited to give it a shot. And then I got two really embarrassing Natsume games, Witch's Wish and Princess Debut. These are both really uncommon, really hard to find, so I'm glad I picked them up. Witch's Wish actually looks kind of fun. You like cast spells using your stylus and that sort of thing. It's a little JRPG. But this one I have no excuse for. It is really embarrassing. Pretty much just an anime Barbie game, so feel free to make fun of me. But it's really, really rare. And finally I got Gunpei on DS so I can stop wandering around with my WonderSwan like a weirdo. There's a lot of W's. And I can play it on my DS. So, I don't know. It looks kind of weird, but it's a great puzzle game. I highly recommend it on the WonderSwan, so it'll probably be pretty good on the DS as well. We'll see. Also $5, so. Speaking of the late, the great Gunpei Yokoi, I also got Gunpei EX, which is a game I actually already own. But this one's in a large box, and it opens like that, which is kind of cool. So, I don't know, I like things in unique boxes, so I'm just selling my original copy of the game, and I got this one. I also got a couple of reproduction cartridges. I typically don't do that, but these ones were pretty cool. I picked this up, Pokemon Crystal Shards on the Game Boy Advance, and it comes in this little box. I'm kind of a sucker for boxes for things, so this was a no-brainer for $20. And then also, this one is super cool. This is Mega Man on the Genesis, and it's got like this holographic label, and then when you plug it in, it's got LEDs inside that light up. So this is probably going to be a Christmas present for someone, because I'm not really a big Genesis person, but it's really cool. This is by the Nintendo Doctor, who is actually on the YouTubes, if you're interested in this cool stuff. And some other random stuff. I got the Adventure Time and Kyridian Collector's Edition on the 3DS. This is a game I also already had, but didn't have the Collector's Edition, so it's cool to upgrade one of my favorite things about going to these conventions is you can just get rid of the lame version you have and get the cool version. I found someone who was doing manuals and boxes for 25% of the purchase price of the whole thing, so I was able to pick up a Pokemon Emerald box and manual that I was missing, so I don't have to spend $100 on the whole set together. So I still have a couple more boxes left for my complete in-box Pokemon collection, but I was really glad to knock one out of the way for only 25 bucks. And then I got Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. Again, I keep thinking I have all of these on the PS2, but then I see another one, I'm like, oh, I don't have that one yet. So I think this is the last one. I think I have them all now. I also got Wicked Monster Blast, which I had never heard of, but the art style looks really cute and the gameplay on the back looks cute. I picked up an amazing limited edition console. It's the Hannah Montana purple PSP. Yeah, you're jealous. There's no actual identifiers on here that say like Hannah Montana or have her face or anything on it, although that would be pretty weird. So it's cool. It's just a purple PSP. I'm looking for all of the pastel consoles, which is a ton of PSPs and DSs and that sort of thing. But I was happy to pick this up. Only $15 because it is janky, like seriously janky, but that's alright. I'll fix it up. And I'm really excited about this one. Okay, so this is an Amiibo Diorama. I have all my Amiibos up there just sort of like doing nothing and being on my shelf all in a complete mess of chaos. So this is really cool. In Japan they came out with these little dioramas so you can put some of them on there. This one's for the Kirby series, and hopefully they make them for like all the Amiibos at some point, but for right now at least I can organize a couple of them and they can have a little cute display. And finally, I was given a couple things by a couple great people, Zach and Tyler, who thought I would like these little Animal Crossing keychains. They say Wild World on them. I had never seen them before. They said they got them at like Safeway or something like that, so cool, more Animal Crossing merch I don't have. Thanks guys. I met tons of great people this weekend. They all made me feel like a rock star, introducing themselves to me, saying hi, asking for pictures, that sort of thing. Thank you guys so much for approaching me this weekend. To see, of course, all of the Metal Jesus Rocks crew who I don't get to see very often all in one place, like Kinsey, Reggie, John Riggs, John Hancock, and Anna, and of course Jason, all those people, Wood from Beat 'em Ups. I also got to meet Michael, who is the creator of ConsoleColors.com. It's a website I use all the time to look for neat, interesting, limited edition consoles. Next year I hope they have more of those. I also got to meet a lot of like YouTubers and writers and other people that I admire. Got to meet Pushing Up Roses and Lazy Game Reviews, and we talked about birds. Chris Kohler, who's a great writer, actually made this book that I am reading right now, Power Up, about Japanese video game history, which is of course something I'm really passionate about. I got to meet Pat the NES Punk, and I'm now actually carrying some of his books in my store. If you've never been to Portland Retro Gaming Expo before, go! It's amazing, seriously. You will see so much cool stuff there. You will probably find a bunch of random things you've never seen before, and you will actually be able to find most things that you are looking for, whether that is an old Atari game, a prototype Game Boy game. I mean, it's really just all over the place. They have absolutely everything. And also, pro tip, on Sunday, everything is super, super cheap. So it's a great way to pick up common games for like $1 or $2 a piece. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I know pickups videos are not the most exciting thing in the world, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you go to PRGE next year. Bye!